Hello, guys. Hello, everyone. I'm proud to announce that we are live again, one more week. And today we have a lot of stuff to show you. Also, some interesting chat about investing in money and about investing in assets. And that's it. And Jose, how are you doing, my friend?
I'm good, doing good, Leo. Doing really good, my friend. Just ready to continue with our long Mexican peso thesis. Share with everyone what's going on, and also looking at potentially starting a euro long position with a small money just to track everything. We will do that live in the show. It will be a simulation account, but it always help us to give guidance in how you can manage risk better and be better, have a better position. Also, I mean, we're not looking to do day trade because our agenda doesn't, the structure we don't have right now allows us to do that, but definitely looking into where the money will be in the next weeks, the next months. And also we will continue talking about China and how not to miss the train, how not to miss the boat in the China story, because it's just starting, it's about to develop, and we want to make sure everyone is part of that saga.
Okay, that's great. So today I do not have a lot of things to show about quote data because we didn't have a lot of development, but we have trades from past week that I want to show how they developed. So let me start doing it.
Go ahead.
Okay, here it is. Let me also take the opportunity and invite people on Instagram to come here and watch us. So give me just 1 second, my friend.
Go ahead, my friend. I'm here enjoying also Final Fantasy IX on Steam.
Fala, galera. Estamos ao vivo lá no YouTube, aquele papo de Forex 100%. Hoje tem coisas interessantíssimas. Então, clica aqui no link e corre para lá agora, que nós já estamos lá ao vivo. So, Jose, we had some interesting trades, and there's one that I like a lot, that is Orange Juice.
Yeah, the OJ.
Yes, that's an amazing trade because as we speak, last week is one kind of assets that exhibits seasonality. And I also I say that it's almost a stationary series. If you look this at a big the big picture, let's say that we have an average like here, so we can easily say yes, it is not, but it's like if it's a stationary series. So it's become almost an easy trade. So from last week, we came from the all-time high, okay, and the trade we already see it going down almost 200 pips. So there's a little bit of development here, and I also will show you guys, show you, Jose, my friend, how Orange Juice is on the the signal we had was on January, but remember that this quote data is these dates are delayed because there's some kind of issue with the CFTC.
I don't think that's an issue, Leo. I actually think they're doing that on purpose because I know you are using the data. It's a campaign against Leo, showing the people how to make the money, man. I think I'm seriously. Think about these. For example, this I think is Bruce Kovner, or no, I think it's William O'Neill, that he has like Market Smith in the US, which is the Can Slim technique. And what they were saying is like, now everyone knows about Can Slim. Everyone knows about how to trade like William O'Neill. What do you think the market is going to do?
Yes.
Do the opposite. Yes. So they know Leo Hermoso, this guy, this code genius in Sao Paulo is teaching people how to make money. Fuck Leo, man. No code data for Leo. Yeah, that's what they do, man.
Yes, I know. They are a bunch of, I can't say those words here because, I can't say this word because
YouTube get mad at us.
Yes, YouTube is another word that I can say, network. But So let's go ahead. And as we can see, sometimes people, let me see if I can zoom this. Yes. So sometimes people don't give the right importance to some just a small change like this in this chart, but a small change like this, it's big in terms of USD value. So
Right.
as we can say, we already have some net value being, some profits being taken on orange juice. See, we had some positions already closed. Okay, so we have here, you can see here longs being cut, some stops also in shorts being taken. And so right now I think it's the most difficult part of any trade, that it's have to be patient. So right now the thing is wait. We have to wait because as we said on the past week, we are talking about here a huge, massive trade.
But you can actually, if you zoom that candle, the wick, you can see that actually how it tried to kind of reverse, go up, and they push it down. So that means that they took that little uptick to sell more contracts of OJ.
Yes.
That's what it is. If you actually look closer.
Yes. For example, if you from here thinking, let me see. Yes. No. Okay. So this is the smallest size that you can get on here on the Pepperstone. So it's 0.05 lots on OJ at these price levels. We are talking about risking $27 to make 100 and 109. So this is a good money. So if you like to risk more, and I think you should, because this is an amazing trade. So let's say you like to risk $500, we are talking about $2,000 in profits. So this is a really, really amazing trade. And again, as I showed you, this is almost a stationary series. As we can say, as you can see things. Let me use this. See. So this is not the case to say now this is going to break out and run to the moon. This will not, because this is something physical. It's not a stock and something that has intangible value. All the value on orange juice is tangible. So we will not see something like this. I guarantee you, my friend. And even if we see a spike like this, it's just to make this again. Okay.
Yeah, but it doesn't happen. And the reason is what you exactly said. And this is where trading futures is fun, and it's good that you have CFDs on future, because what happened is this is OJ. This is stuff that people actually drink. You're playing with what people eat. It's like, you heard the whole thing of eggs. People are like, oh my God, he got eggs, because eggs are very expensive. Or the meme, like, I don't want to tell anyone that I won the lottery, but the guy has like, I don't know, 100 packages of eggs, right? And people are funny. And there was this guy, Ben Carson in the US, and he said that people are just funny, man. And he said, eggs have been undervalued proteina, and huevos, eggs, they're being underrated and undervalued for many, many years. But if you study cultures that they suffer wars, or they went to wars, like South Korea, they had this horrible war with North Korea. In South Korea, what I learned from their cooking, and this is also the reason why, if you look at, for example, Japanese or Thai people, they cook with eggs, because eggs are the cheapest way for you to get protein in your meals.
Yes.
So Western people, I mean, we are included in that, people complain all the time, because I don't know if I very respectfully, I don't know a lot about Brazilian story, but I don't think anyone in Brazil suffered the Great Depression. or suffer as bad as, or Brazil
No,
had
no,
a
no.
the 1929 Great Depression. That's America, right?
Yes,
And there's some waves of incidents, but what I'm trying to imply, and I'm not mocking the difficulties that anyone can have, but it's not the same when you go through depression and big horrible wars like Japan, China, South Korea, and other countries. So you appreciate, that's why they cook a lot of the cuisine they have is they have eggs, because it was cheap, right? Now people are paying, and I understand they're paying, because you're used to pay maybe $2 for, or even $1.50 for eggs, and now you're paying 3.50, €5. Even some places are paying $8 for 12 eggs, man. My point of the story for everyone to
that's a
understand
lot.
is, yeah, but for the story for everyone is, Ben Carson says, is really that eggs are expensive, or they just went to their real price? Maybe eggs were undervalued for too many years and no one give a F about eggs. Now everyone is complaining. Why? Because now meat again is very expensive. Fish is expensive because we've been polluting oceans. So getting good fish becoming more difficult, right? So with this trade, it's very difficult for you to really see that this happening. And we're not saying it's not going to happen, that this goes like this, but it's rare because this range represent people selling OJ. People drink this stuff. And if it goes above the range, you can push people to make money, but also what you do is that you push people out of buying OJ, orange juice,
Yes,
and they move to another product. And then you cannot squeeze too much. This is why there is a science in how commercials through the COT data, the COT, Community Material Reports, they move the price, because you need, it's like a tango. You need to know how to move the price so you can still have consumers of OJ and for you to actually make money. But
perfect.
because if you push this above the range, which is like the range all the way from 1996, you're going to destroy your business. You're going to destroy your business. So this is like Leo saying, I agree with you, Leo, 100% in the data and the science, not Haitian voodoo. This is science. This is a range that, historically speaking, since all the way 1996, all the way to the top here, some sort of 2006, has been valued, because this is the value where OJ people can actually make money and respect the consumers. This is why it's time for go short. That's it, man. That's it, my friend.
Exactly. That's exactly my point, because orange juice is not something essential. So if you push price up, people will stop to drink. That's it. So
That's it. It's over. It's over, man.
yes, and but now I have another trade from the last week that I want to also show you. That is the palladium. Okay.
Yeah, Palladium.
Yes, and palladium haven't developed yet. It's inside the zone that I draw on the past week, but there's something interesting about it. And the thing is that we already seen non-commercials closing long positions, short positions. Even that we have a negative week, we are seeing the speculators closing, they are taking profits. So this is also a matter of time. And yes, taking the proportions, but again, this is similar to the behavior of orange juice. Okay, so I don't know, because let's say that we have some kind of new technology. Let's say, for example, that tomorrow Tesla says that now batteries will use palladium. Okay, so okay, then we can, in a case like this, we can see this this breaking out and going higher. But if it's not the case, I think palladium is used in car exhausters, fertilizer, if I'm not wrong. Yes, but there is this green things happening in the world, but outside Europe and United States, this is an illusion. For example, we will not see electric cars taking over, for example, in South America in this century, man. Okay, because things here are we are actually in the past if you compare with Europe and United States. So even if someone takes a pen and say, "Oh, after today you can produce fuel cars anymore," this will not happen here. And
Right.
we have a law here in Brazil already that this is will happen, but after I think it's 85 2085. After this year will not be allowed to produce fuel cars here in Brazil, combustion cars. So having this in mind again, let's see how this is an interesting behavior, how this feature, where is my, how futures behave almost the same way. Okay, so we have this happening as this happening here. See, so this is how can I say, this is the most difficult part of trading, that is waiting. And that's the reason why most of the people lose money, because people want to be day traders, people want to make fast profits. And I used to say that that trading is the hardest way to make easy money. And so if you have no patience, my friend, you are out of the game. So right now, I have these two amazing trades that you can take with, let me see how things are working here. With this really cheap stop loss. So right here, we are talking about losing $100 to make 1,050. And sorry, $1,500. So that's a really huge asymmetrical risk. And if you are a little bit more like me, I think we can easily go higher with this, let's say $500 of risk and make $60,000. So there's no reason, absolute no reason to not take this trade. Even
you know what sorry, Leo, you know what we have to do? We have to actually do the simulations for people, like in the case of what we're going to show now in FX with the Mexican peso, like a 3,000 simulation account. So they have that as a guidance, and they are risk takers. And then you can take someone like 10,000 or 15,000, 20,000 simulation, so people can see what will be like. Now, of course, when the trade's over, it's over. There's no way to go back in time. But we want to show people, have a guidance, and every week come and talk about it, right? Because, for example, I have one progression. I lost some real money because I was very aggressive with my Australian dollar long. That didn't work. But I'm going to start actually now, today also simulation. I'm going to be a buyer of euro and show people how you position yourself correctly, depending on the size of the money. So if we can find the time, maybe not today, but another time we exchange shots, we should go long Palladium and put it on our simulation so people know exactly how we do it. Because also people need to know how to measure the position size correctly. But this trade right here, look at this. This is a historical trade all the way from 2018. This is everyone that is watching on YouTube. This is 5 years of data, 5 years of behavior of Palladium. And people are, chasing Bitcoin, Shiba Inu, all these cryptocurrencies, but you cannot eat or you cannot do anything in industries with those cryptocurrencies. Palladium is real. That's the difference. Orange juice, like Leo explained, and Palladium, those are real stuff people need. People use them because they're very good.
Exactly, my friend. So that's it. The other trades that I have to show, it's a weak signal. Okay, it's not this, I think, yes, it's a weak signal, but I will show this the same way, okay, because someone who might want to take this. So this is a possible top. I think, let me see, I think it's a RSI signal. Yes, it's a RSI signal on KJPI. Let me show you how this works. In Brazil, KJPI, we say CAD-JPY. I need to put this in alphabetic order. Okay, the thing disappeared. It's here. Oh, that's great. I have no RSI here on this chart. It's amazing. But the thing is that I track the non-commercials positions and I apply a RSI to it, and when it crosses from above from above 70 to below 70, it's a short, and when close to below 30 to above 30, it's a long. That's basically it. And
so you're calling to go long Canadian dollar against Japanese yen?
Short. Yes. And as we can see here, let me show you here. Okay, so this is we have this zone, okay, that it's kind of a reversal zone that respected some other times in the past, and we are saying this is a 5-year zone being respected. So it's possible. RSI is not the strong signal, the strongest. It's not a signal that I put a lot of money on it, but the place where it's right now, the price is right now, is extremely interesting. So I would, let's say I would like to put my order like here. And
I'm just looking at it right now.
Yes, and I will be happy to go right here. So we are talking about 1 to 4 risky. Okay, so on this trade, like I said, I'm not a big buyer. I not put a lot of money on it. So let's say $100 max, no more than this, and that's it. So it's a risk of $100 to make 400. And that's it, my friend. I think from Cope Data this week, this is what I have to show you, my friends, to show you, Jose. And now I give you the wheel.
Right. Let me see what we have. Let me show you what I have. First, we're going to take a look at what we discussed last week on FX. Now, remember, guys, we just have this. It's a guidance account. And we're talking about going long Mexican peso. How do you do that? You basically are shorting. You sell, okay? You get your MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5, and you sell. You click the button that says sell because you want to buy Mexican peso and you want to get rid of the dollars. We have that big headliner that is true. Tesla is looking to invest at least low ballpark $5 billion, but you cannot pay people in Mexico with dollars because dollars is not the legal currency in Mexico. So it's Mexican peso. So that means a lot of buying of the Mexican peso. Now, we have seen that the dollar has been very strong against, for example, the Australian dollar, burned me with some money. The euro is now 105, which is something that we discussed in the first episodes with Leo about being the value area. To start a position doesn't mean that it's not going to keep going lower. It does just mean that this is a good point we think for to start buying. That's what it is, right? Now, I'm showing you right now, you're seeing MetaTrader 4, the chart, okay? Dollar, Mexican peso, the greenback, the almighty US dollar. But look at this big range that you have all the way to 14.78. Now, you think this might be a joke, but the reality is that in currencies, there's something that is called reverse to the mean. And that basically, my friends, is that everything goes back to the origin. And the origin is this area between 2008 and 2015. This is where we have the big breakout, and this big breakout lead to those years from 2013 to almost 2020. And that's just the big hit. This is what we call the distribution. Okay. Okay, my grammar is a bit
And
wishy-washy.
Jose,
Yeah,
today
go ahead.
it's in Portuguese, but today I posted a video exactly talking about reversion to the mean reversion, and using not the price, but using the returns, the log returns. And it's man, if you are from Brazil, you are watching this, go to the previous video or on my Instagram, Leo Hermoso, and you will see the video, and it's amazing. Even the codes, Python codes, it's available for you guys. Sorry, Jose.
That's all right, man. So yeah, so I'm posting this on my Twitter in case you miss it, because it happens. People sometimes missed stuff. And I'm tagging Leo. So if you guys want to follow us on Twitter as well to get these updates and all the content we post, it's more important. Reverse to the mean, long, short actually. Okay. So basically it's long Mexican peso, tactical trade, short, because this is what everyone can do in Brazil. Everyone that's watching the show on YouTube can actually watch, understand the Mexican peso is coming. Viva Mexico, cabrones. And that will give you, because Tesla, and I'm repeating this, so finally YouTube got us some, a little bit of opportunity. Tesla is, I mean, there's everyone talking about Tesla because Tesla gives you lots of views. So if I repeat the word Tesla, I hope YouTube will give us some audience here. So you want to short tactically, you want to sell short, sell bottom USD Mexican peso. Okay. So what we're doing is understanding all these technicalities. So when we explain this is because we want to share with you guys that we understand how you can take some news development and actually go into the FX, the Forex market, the currency market, and apply that. Now, once we know that, we definitely have this big gap to fill back to the levels where you will say, okay, Mexico now is growing. Mexico is going to have new jobs. New jobs mean more people having money to invest, more appreciation of the Mexican peso, more interest in the Mexican peso, more interest in Mexico as a region for international investments. So what do you think is going to happen, Leo? Tesla, invest. If Tesla goes, people will want to follow Tesla. People will want to do what Tesla is doing because remember, monkey see, monkey do. So they want to follow the leading company in investments and development in the EV, electric vehicle industry. That's Tesla. Tesla is going to Mexico. The Chinese from China are going to do the same. That means more Mexican peso demand. More Mexican peso demand, more stable the country, more jobs. People don't want to sell drugs. People don't want to be in crime because they can find a good job without the opportunity to get killed by someone else. So I'm calling for reverse to the mean. This is in the next less than 2 years, probably a year from this point, Mexican peso will be between 14.72 all the way to 11.63. Better days for Mexico, better days for the Mexican population, better jobs, more safety. They don't have to cross to Gringolandia, to America. They can stay and keep enjoying tacos. So this is our first account where so far, Leo, we have been as high as almost 18% in less than 2 weeks. Right now, we are sitting at a 17% potential profit with little drawdown, little risk. For now, doesn't mean that the risk can go up. I wouldn't mind more risk as long as we continue in the same trend. Pullbacks, the dollar trying to survive are expected, but this game is over all the way for Mexican peso. Now, the smaller guidance for those that have, let's say, $3,000, we've been so far almost, I say, a little bit over 25%. And you see 25% so far, $878 in profits with a hypothetical initial investment of $3,000. The one thing I want to show is that we have plenty of margin. I'm working with very good risk. That's what I like to say. Very good risk for $3,000. But this can be 3,000 euros, 3,000 pounds. And so far, 25% in 2 weeks, not bad. We definitely am looking for, at least in this account, Leo, I'm looking all the way to this level where I will make almost, I hope to make $7,100 in profits. That means that $3,000, I'm looking to produce 2x, 2 times the capital. It's risky. Potential loss of the capital is real. So I don't want anyone to be confused. This is not FTX. We are not Sam Bankman-Fried. No crypto here, no FTX, no Binance. So we are telling you in advance, and people don't like this. Sometimes people like to live in the fantasy land with Alice in Wonderworld. But the reality is that we do investments, and there's potential to lose portion of your investment or all of your investment in this small account with hypothetical of 3,000. If you decide to do that, well, the chances to lose the $3,000 are high, but you always can do less size if you want, or you can put more money and do the same small size to protect your capital. And when we look at the structure, we talked about this structure before. Let me see if I can have it. Mexican peso. Here we are. Let's just cover this one. This is the base structure that we talk about. This is the massive break line. You see that, Leo, right there?
Yes.
The neckline. This is the neckline. And we're going to the levels as discussed. On the weekly chart, we have a massive projection, 29% to the upside. This is the left shoulder of that inverse head and shoulder. And all the way down, it will take us to 1450. This will happen. It's just a matter of time, not if, when. Matter of time for this, for the Mexican peso. And as I described, if you look at this right here, you have the breakout of what was the massive. Here we go. Right there. This is how it took a couple years to this to be built. I'm going to change the color so it makes more sense. But with this analysis and pattern, what I want to show is how it took a couple of years for the Mexican peso to get devaluated. It took about 2008, 2011, 2013, and the breakout of that devaluation, 2014. So it took about 6 long years, Leo, for this to happen. Those 6 years was the accumulation for the US dollar strength. Took 6 years. After that, it took about, if we study that from 2014 all the way to April of 2020, it took about another 6 years for the dollar to keep those gains. And then he lost most of those gains, he lost about 30% of those gains from June of 2020 to April of this year. That means that it took 6 years to make it, and it took the Mexican peso only 3 years to take back 30% of that. Imagine. This is science, Leo. That's what we do. We do science. We're going to study this. It took 6 years for all those profits, but only 3 years to take away 30% of those profits. You only have left a little bit of that, but I'm confident Mexico has better days to come. We can profit from that. No one has to lose money. We can profit from better days, a safer Mexico, and more money for Mexicans. And we can actually go up with them by buying the Mexican peso. Once again, Leo, I think the Mexican peso is undervalued by at least 32%. On my screen, I have a 28%, but I think easily the Mexican peso is undervalued 32% as we speak, and it will happen. What do you think?
I think you are pretty right. And even after what happened this week with Powell saying that he will right hates, and even after that, you didn't see USD reacting against the peso. So once this, I don't think exactly it's a narrative, but once this shattering start to disappear,
Yeah.
our Mexico will give another hit on the USD, and I think it's going to be even more strong that we saw this last time.
Yeah. Can you hear me? I think, Leo, are you there? I don't know if Leo, if you're there.
Okay, I'm back.
You're back?
Yes.
What happened, man?
I don't know. It looks like my internet disappeared. Now I'm back again. So what I was saying, it's even after this talks, the Fed is going to Reich hates, and even after that, you haven't seen a spike of USD against the Mexico. So once this chat, this talks start to vanish, Mexico will give another hit on the USD, and I think you are pretty right, and I also think that we are going to see that level fast, not fast like 1 hour, but I think it's going to be fast, not like 2 years, 1 year. I think that's going to be fast.
Yeah. It's just a process.
Yes. And I think that's it, Jose. Do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, I think like what we want to finish is just to share. Let's talk about going long in Euro, because I think the way it works is wherever China goes, the Euro goes. So we're gonna start now that we're the closing of the American market. Euro dollar goes 105.43 by 105.43.4. That means that spread on RoboForex, it's very high. So this, I'll show you guys how I open the simulation account. This is just for the purpose of guidance, but it doesn't mean anything. If I do it with my money and I win, I make my money. You won't make any money from that. If I lose, I lose. You can laugh. You can be a hater. That's fine. We welcome haters. We don't care. But the idea is just to give guidance, how to position yourself and why. And also, very important, how to do it with the size. So it's Leo Hermoso FX talks. And we're going to use the 500 to 1 leveraged and 3,000. And a lot of people say, well, oh my God, 500 to 1, Leo, that's killer. No, it's not killer. It's you, the killer. I'll show you how you can do the position. So this will be the simulation. And this is how we're going to close the show. No. So when I look at this trade, I want to give me some room. So I'm going to do at least 0.5. That means that every point, every pip will be $5. And I always like to track what was the low of the day. So low of the day was 105.22. Okay. And I'm a buyer of Euro because I think China, it's coming back in the next 2 weeks. Now, the most important, we're going to put the chart in front of us. I want to share with you, this doesn't look too big, but I will make it big in a moment. Look what we're buying. We're buying the low, and I want everyone to pay attention. We're buying very close to the low of 2006, 2007, 2016, okay? So I understand that this will go lower. This is also level, Leo, that we have back in 2003. So historically speaking, this is approaching a historical level here, here, and here between 1999 and 2000. This is a key level, Leo. Very key level, right? And I want to show you something. Look at this. Bullish. bullish all the way from the year 2000 for the euro. Now it looks red. Nobody wants to buy euro. Everyone's scared that it's going to move lower. This is where now the chatter on Twitter is, well, yeah, everyone, the euro is going to break down. Well, we'll see. Can be bad. And you can see Bitcoin is, some cryptocurrencies are now doing well. But I want you to look at this. We discussed this on the other shows. Here's the structure, right? This is the big structure that the dollar followed to appreciate against the euro. Big triangle, distribution, everyone was selling, okay? And now it's here. It touched the bottom part, lower part of that, and it's pushing lower. But guess what happens? Look at the big structure. Look at the big structure. If we use historical data of the euro, we are in a structure that comes all the way from July, 82 cents. And I'm going to draw let me change the color right there, okay? And ladies and gentlemen, you have this big triangle. It's not perfect though, it's not perfect, but it's a big structure that we need to pay attention to, okay?
It's very similar to that structure in USD Mexico that was from 2008 to 2013, I think.
Yeah,
it's similar.
And I'm taking my time to allocate these points because it's very important for us to understand why this is happening and how we can actually make money. A lot of people are thinking, well, it will go to, we already have below parity, so it's not a surprise. But we have a big range structure, very big, okay? And what happened here is that we have the final distribution. What I think is going to happen is that this range will be our accumulation for eventually have a break about 109 that will lead to be to 120 because this is a fair value. Americans don't want a dollar that is too strong, okay? Americans don't want that. They don't need that. So we are in the last phase of what I call a massive formation where we'll have the dollar losing value. It will be more devaluated. That devaluation will lead to higher stock prices. Higher stock prices, people will have the sense that it's cheaper to buy stocks. Stocks will have the opportunity to go higher. So is this going to happen right away? Of course not. That people believe this on YouTube right now? Of course not. No. But the reality is that we don't need a stronger dollar. So this is my time for me to buy. I'm a buyer of euro. I think China has a lot to do with that. I think China in the next 3 weeks will start shining as we expected. Right now, it looks bearish. I wouldn't be so sure. Additionally, I want to make sure I am doing this. So I'm thinking that I can be in red, but about 450 pips. 450 pips, Leo. So if I have every pip $5, 300 pips, it's 1,500. Okay, I have $5 per pip, and I'm thinking it can move lower, 449. If I take out my calculator and I'm aggressive with my $3,000, what is going to happen? 450 times 5. I will lose, Leo. My loss will be $2,250. This account has enough margin to take the hit. I don't want that to happen, but I'm telling you this, I'm ready for that. So I'm going to use 400, 500 pips stop loss. That means I will lose 2,500. I'm positioning myself for a reversal. Okay, there you go. And I'm thinking we take this high. That means that I make that money. And I think I want to make sure I can double my money and a little bit. So I'm thinking China is coming back. It's going to be good for Europe. The dollar does not have to be stronger. It's bad for equities. Equities will go up strong. And I'm looking for this liquidity. Okay. So in other words, all this liquidity here. That means that I'm going to get all the liquidity back from February of 2022. This is a high liquidity level right there, Leo. Take a look. Look at that huge liquidity, huge right there, Leo. And I'm ready. This can do this, but as soon as it goes around that level, we will take this liquidity and then we will take the final liquidity. I'm calling for the euro to make a comeback. I think the Federal Reserve is at the end of the hiking cycle, but Europe will need to hike a bit more. The Federal Reserve will pause first, and that will create an imbalance in interest rates. Again, I'm expecting it to move lower. I'm 100% ready for it to move lower. I have enough margin and I'm positioned. That's it, Leo.
That's great. That's a great trade. And I was looking at the gold data while you were speaking, and we have a similar scenario on 2020 August, and as we saw also gold data at non-commercial position at the top of their longs, and everything was saying that they are starting to taking profit. And what's happened? Yes, they take profit, but it was, let's say, 100 pips only, and then the things start to going up again. We came all the way from 1.17 to 1.21. It's almost the same thing that we are talking about. We are talking right now. So that's
Right.
it, my friend.
Excellent. So
Okay.
we come back next week, same time. We get more support from everyone, more support from YouTube, and we keep getting ready because there's a lot of opportunities. We're going to keep an eye in our long Mexico. We truly believe probably we're the only YouTubers, influencers that we believe in a better days for Mexico and the Mexican people. And we're going to make money with that, guys. So we can enjoy more, how you call that? Feijoada?
Feijoada.
More feijoada in Sao Paulo, Brazil, and also much taco pastor, tacos al pastor, pozole, y tequila. That shit is expensive, bro. We have to pay for that, hermano.
Yes.
So, and Elon Musk with the dollar Mexican peso short is going to pay for everything, hermano. So it's going to be great. We are going long euro. We're euro buyers. We are not saying it's going to fly right away. We're using a 500 pips. I repeat, 500 pips position with risk. It might not be sexy because everyone wants to make money in 10 seconds. I understand you need money, but there are also a lot of professionals out there that they want to invest. They don't know how to. This is the channel. This is the content. This is the indications, how to do it properly. Build yourself up and position yourself. Show you how we do that, how we think, how we look at historical levels, and how it can work out for every one of us. And tomorrow and next Wednesday, we're gonna come back with Chinese stocks. China. So everyone knows that China can be a great positioning for your portfolio in 2023. Leo, my friend, thank you so much. Salute.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you again,
and all
Jose,
the
for
best.
your time, for your brain. And let's see how this trade develops. And for you all watching us, and I want to thank you, appreciate all the audience. And if you like, please leave us a like, subscribe, and that's it, my friends. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.